Welcome back to SpectraCamm, where we peel back the celluloid to find the magic inside. Today, we're diving headfirst into a movie that's pure cinematic rocket fuel. Explorers Tutkimusmatkailijat, directed by the legendary Joe Dante. This 1985 gem is a neon-lit, Spielbergian adventure about three kids who build a spaceship from scrap and a dream. On the surface, it's a joyful romp through the cosmos, a celebration of childhood imagination, friendship, and the thrill of discovery. The visual flair is off the charts. That homemade spacecraft, the Thunder Road, is a masterpiece of practical effects, glowing with analog charm. The premise is simple, yet irresistible. What if you could build a starship in your backyard? It's every kid's fantasy realized on screen, and Dante captures that wide-eyed wonder with every frame. The soundtrack crackles with energy, the performances are earnest, and the whole thing feels like a warm hug from the 80s. But is that all there is? Buckle up, because we're about to go deeper than the Oort cloud.
But beneath that shimmering surface of wonder lies a cold, existential dread. Explorers is not just a story about adventure, it's a story about loneliness. These kids aren't building a spaceship out of pure joy, they're escaping. Ben Crandall, our protagonist, is haunted by dreams of a circuit, a symbol of connection he desperately craves but can't find in his waking life. His father is absent, his mother is distant, and school is a prison of conformity. The other boys, Wolfgang and Darren, each carry their own burdens. Wolfgang is an outsider mocked for his intellect. Darren is a dreamer trapped in a world that doesn't understand him. Their spaceship is a metaphor for their collective trauma, a fragile vessel built to flee from a reality that suffocates them. And what do they find in space? More emptiness. The alien they encounter, Whack, is a lonely child himself, stuck in a simulation of pop culture, desperate for a real connection. The film whispers a dark truth. The universe is vast and indifferent, and even our wildest dreams are just mirrors of our pain.
Let's get into the numbers, because this movie is a testament to how talent and vision can overcome a shoestring budget. According to IMDb, Explorers was directed by Joe Dante, fresh off Gremlins, and at the peak of his powers. The cast is a treasure trove of future stars. Ethan Hawke in his film debut as Ben, a young River Phoenix as Wolfgang, and Jason Presson as Darren. The script was written by Eric Luke, a newcomer whose script impressed Dante with its heart. The budget was a modest $25 million. A decent sum for 1985, but nothing compared to the blockbusters of the era. Yet the production design is stellar. The alien ship interior, built by the legendary ILM, feels both alien and familiar, a testament to practical effects mastery. Box office? It grossed $38 million worldwide, a modest success, but it found a massive second life on home video. Critics were mixed initially, but today it holds a cult status, with many praising its emotional depth and visual inventiveness. Roger Ebert gave it 3 stars, calling it a sweet and funny movie. And that's just the beginning.
But behind the scenes, Explorers was a production fraught with tension and doubt. Joe Dante, despite his success, faced immense pressure from the studio to deliver a hit. The film's tone was a constant battle. The studio wanted a straightforward kids' adventure, but Dante and writer Eric Luke infused it with darker, more philosophical undertones. The result was a film that didn't quite fit any box, too heavy for kids, too light for adults. River Phoenix, already a rising star, struggled with the weight of his role, feeling the pressure to carry the film on his young shoulders. Ethan Hawke later recalled the set as a place of creative chaos, with Dante often shooting multiple takes to capture the spontaneous energy of the child actors. The alien sequence, originally intended to be more profound, was rewritten and reshot multiple times. leading to a disjointed third act. The mental toll on the creators was evident. Dante himself has said he felt the film was taken away from him in the editing room. A common lament for visionary directors, the industry's skepticism was palpable. Many saw it as a Gremlins knockoff, ignoring its unique soul.
Now let's talk about the visual climax. The moment that makes your jaw drop and your inner child scream with joy. I'm talking about the first flight of the Thunder Road. The scene begins with the kids finalizing their backyard spaceship, a glorious patchwork of 80s tech and imagination. The countdown starts, the engines hum, and then whoosh, they blast off through the roof of their wooden fort, soaring into the night sky. The camera pulls back to reveal the town below, twinkling like a constellation of dreams. The practical effects are stunning. The ship wobbles and shakes, the smoke bellows, and you can feel the heat of the engines. It's pure cinema magic. Then they break through the atmosphere, and the stars stretch into streaks of light as they enter hyperspace. The score by Jerry Goldsmith swells, a triumphant anthem of freedom. This scene is a masterclass in building tension and release. Every creak of the ship, every wide-eyed look from the boys, builds to a crescendo of exhilaration. It's the moment the movie earns its title. They are explorers, and we are right there with them, buckled in for the ride of our lives.
But the emotional climax is a far cry from that triumph. It comes when the boys finally meet the alien Whack. In his simulated world, they expect a wise, advanced being, but instead they find a lonely child who has been using Earth's TV signals to learn about humanity. Whack is a tragic figure. He's trapped in a bubble of his own making, surrounded by props and images from our culture, but utterly disconnected from real connection. The boys realize they are not explorers but puppets, lured by a lonely creature who wants a playmate. The scene is haunting because it mirrors their own isolation. They built a spaceship to find connection, but they only found a reflection of their own loneliness. Whack's desperation is palpable. He clings to them, begging them to stay. But the boys know they must return home. The tragedy is that even in the vastness of space, there is no escape from the human condition. We are all in some way awake, reaching out for something real, but only grasping at shadows. The film ends not with a triumphant return, but with a quiet, bittersweet understanding that the universe doesn't owe us answers.
Despite its shadows, Explorers leaves behind a legacy of hope that continues to inspire. For generations of kids who grew up in the 80s, this movie was a blueprint for imagination. It told us that you don't need $1 million or a NASA contract to reach for the stars. You just need a few friends, a lot of duct tape, and an unshakable belief in the impossible. The film's positive cultural impact is seen in how it inspired a wave of DIY creativity. Fans built their own Thunder Road replicas, wrote stories about space, and formed lifelong friendships over a shared love of this film. It's a testament to the power of storytelling that a small movie about 3 boys can make the universe feel a little smaller and a lot more friendly. The scenes of the boys working together, solving problems, and supporting each other are a beacon of hope in a world that often feels divided. And let's not forget the message that curiosity is a gift, something we should nurture, not outgrow. Explorers reminds us that the greatest adventure is the one we create ourselves.
But the legacy of despair is just as potent. Explorers serves as a grim warning about the dangers of escapism and the hollow promises of technology. The boys' journey is ultimately a failure. They don't find wisdom or salvation in space, only a mirror of their own emptiness. The film predicts a future where we are more connected than ever, yet more alone, where we build elaborate simulations to hide from reality. Just like Walk. In our age of social media and virtual reality, the film's message is eerily prescient. We are all building our own Thunder Roads, fleeing into screens and fantasies, only to find that the void inside us remains unfilled. The movie also reflects the failure of adult society to guide its children. The parents are absent or oblivious, the teachers are dismissive, and the only mentor the boys have is a trashy sci-fi movie. It's a damning critique of a world that abandons its youth to pop culture and neglect. The film's ending, where the boys return home, changed, but not necessarily for the better, is a quiet tragedy. They have seen the universe, but it has offered no answers. They are still alone.
So what's the final verdict? If you haven't seen Explorers Tutkimusmatkailijat yet, you are missing out on a cornerstone of 80s sci-fi that deserves a place in every film lover's heart. It's a movie that balances heart and humor, spectacle and substance, in a way that few films ever achieve. The performances from Hawk, Phoenix, and Presson are raw and real. You believe in their friendship, their fears, and their dreams. Joe Dante's direction is a masterclass in tone, shifting from playful to profound without missing a beat. This is a film that will make you laugh, cry, and want to build a spaceship in your backyard. So do yourself a favor. Track down a copy, dim the lights, and let yourself be transported back to a time when adventure was just a dream away. And after you watch it, come back to SpectraCamm and tell us what you think in the comments. Did it inspire you? Did it haunt you? We want to hear your story. Like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you never miss our deep dives into cinema's hidden gems. Until next time, keep exploring.
And as the credits roll on our journey, I leave you with this quiet thought. Explorers is not a film about the stars, but about the spaces between them. The gaps in our hearts that we try to fill with noise and light. The boys' spaceship was built from junkyard scraps, but their loneliness was built from something far more fragile. Hope. They reached out into the cosmos, hoping to find a kindred spirit, but all they found was a child just as lost as they were. That is the film's true legacy. A reminder that the universe, for all its grandeur, cannot save us from ourselves. The only connection that matters is the one we forge with each other, here on this tiny, fragile planet. And yet, even that connection is fleeting, fragile, and often fails. So as you close this video and return to your own life, ask yourself, what are you building your Thunder Road to escape from? And when you reach the stars, will you find anything but your own reflection? The answer, like the film, is bittersweet. Good night, and may you find the connection you seek.